Hey, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Chris, here with reviews on The Green Lantern number 7 and Justice League number 23. So starting off with The Green Lantern, beware my power. What is the secret of the Doom City inside the powering? Emerald Sand. So at the end of the previous issue, Hal sacrificed himself to stop a U-bomb from detonating on Gran, and for some reason he's found himself in a place called Emerald Sands. And kind of this story, Hal is kind of this secondary character to the story. It follows a character called let's see, her name is here somewhere. Penguai, this woman who's being tracked down by the ministers, who are being led by Merwidden, who seems to be the ruler of Emerald Sands, and she meets Hal Jordan. He helps her and trying to evade the ministers, dealing with them as they try to figure out the secrets of Emerald Sands. And it's revealed that Emerald Sands, where they are right now, is actually inside of Hal's powering. And the reason why the Emerald Sands is actually starting to die is because the powering itself is losing power. So it becomes a mission of having to try and find a way to escape his powering to in order to recharge it and pretty much save this world's life. It's connected to his powering. He doesn't want it to die, and he discovers that Penguai, this woman that's helping him, that's being hunted down, is actually the powering's AI. As he says, "You're the ring AI, Penguai power ring." Her name just comes from from the words powering. Is it? Yeah, it's just the word powering. Just each letter is switched over. So as the world begins to die, he calls on Merwidden to help bring everything into itself in order to delay the world's destruction. And I'll leave it there. It's very obvious what's going to happen. It's not going to die, but I'll leave it there. So, story by Grant Morrison. 4 out of 5. It is confusing in a lot of parts in typical Grant Morrison fashion. It's not a Grant Morrison book if you're not confused. I will admit, it did get confusing in parts, but I enjoyed it for what it was. I thought the story was interesting. I like the style of how hardly any of the dialogue is like in proper dialogue boxes, but like most of it is told as like a tale. It's like, no, this is the tale of Emerald Sands. Pretty much just, all of this are not put into boxes, just narration boxes, etc. Just left there as like just random parts on the side, etc., as if, it's Grant is telling you a folklore or a fairy tale or such. It's a very interesting way of writing the story, and I did like that. It was really good. The art by Liam Sharp. It's probably at the end here. Knowing my luck. I know it's Liam Sharp, and I still believe it's Steve Olive. Yes. Yep. Art by Liam Sharp and color. Oh, and the color. So Liam Sharp was the artist and colorist on this. So, but the cover was by Sharp and Olive. So, the art and coloring by Sharp. 4.5 out of 5. And I like this decision of having the panels just being the Green Lantern's symbol. So you'll find here, unless it goes to like parts where it's in the real world, or there are some like different cases, but for the majority of it, each panel is just in the shape of the Green Lantern Corps' symbol. So it's a very different and interesting way of making panels for your story, and I found that really good. It's a very interesting way of doing it. So I really like what Sharp did for that. His art and the coloring, really, really good. Top-notch art and coloring. And given that how Grant writes this is like a as a fairy tale, as a story being told. Art is not art. Sharp, Sharp is very well known for like at his best with like fantasy when it comes to art. So oddly enough, it works well with each other, both the art and the story. So I'll definitely give it that there. And the cover by Sharp and Olive, 4 out of 5. Really like it. You know, what is the secret of the Doom City inside the Power Ring? Yep, Hal finds out what the secret is. It's his Power Ring. He's inside of it's a world inside of his Power Ring, and it's dying because the ring is losing energy. Yep, like it. I like the cover. Like the coloring, the art and coloring on it. Yep, 4 out of 5. Another confusing but a good issue of the Green Lantern. So onto Justice League number 23, Prisoners of the Sixth Dimension. So the rest. So while Superman is trying to escape from this world that he's trapped on, the rest of the Justice League are taken to Future Apocalypse, where they're imprisoned by Future Lois and Future Jimmy Olsen for their crimes, and they're left there and discover Batman is not with them. Batman is willing to listen to what the World Forger says and his plans for what's going on. But while this is happening, the Justice League is able to escape, but their way of escape also releases all of the villains in this future that they put away. So they all get attacked, and they're rescued by unlikely allies, the future Legion of Doom. And I'll leave it there. So written by Scott Snyder and Jorge Jimenez, art by Jorge Jimenez, and coloring by Alejandro Sanchez. The cover by Jimenez and Sanchez as well. So story, 4 out of 5. It was good. I enjoyed it. It didn't particularly progress the plot a lot, mainly with the Batman and the World Forger stuff, but the Justice League, not particularly. So mainly just the Superman, Batman, and World Forger stuff really progressed a lot within the story, but the main Justice League stuff, not really, but I enjoyed it for what it was. The art and coloring by Jimenez and Sanchez, 4.5 out of 5. I really liked it. It was really good, especially in where was it? Just in these scenes of the prison break. I think the art was definitely at its best. Just this panel here of them running away, the art on it looks really, really good. So, yep, 4.5 out of 5 for the art and coloring. And the cover by also Jimenez and Sanchez. Yep, 4.5 out of 5. I like the art. I like the coloring. Shows pretty much what's happening there. The Justice League is in prison. They're now prisoners of the Sixth Dimension. Yep, pretty good. Overall good issue of Justice League. Again, so that is it for those two. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time.